One of these days, I'm gonna have a tambourine. I'm just gonna sit here. Sorry, I'm moving the camera already. Hello, everyone. My name is Abby. I am of AV Tarot Reading. My partner in crime and the moderator. I promised I would say it correctly this time. My moderator, Melissa, is over on this side of the planet, keeping the questions coming on our session of pulling questions and answering questions for the community. So what we do on this Wednesday is sling cards, do a little bit of divination, play with tarot, and answer questions that have come up for you either this week, last month, all year. Whatever it is that you're interested in, we'll most likely pull on it. There's a few question types that I won't dig into, and those mostly are along the lines of like your time of death, what are the lottery numbers, what is my ex-boyfriend's new girlfriend like we're not going to pull on those, but almost any other question that you have in your toolkit, there we go, toolkit, go ahead and throw those into the comments section. I will be pulling questions on those for the evening. So I'll be reading for you tonight for about an hour. We do an hour and some change, but it's about an hour. The way that we break this session up is that the first portion is 6 to 9 cards, depending on how it feels for me, darling. I do those in the beginning. We do the 6 card samples, and then we take a 4-minute break, 3-minute break to talk to you about stuff that's going on either in the business or what have you. This session, I actually have a pretty substantial bit of news that I'm going to be sharing with all of you. So I look forward to seeing you there in about 30 minutes to talk about how this channel is going to be progressing moving forward from here. So it's got a lot of stuff that I'm going to talk about. After we get done with that quick little session, we hop back in, do some more full readings, and then we do flash readings to kind of wrap up and get as many people in at the last minute as possible. So if you could do me the honor before we hop in, can you tag a friend? Can you pull like your bestie or your sister or share this video in your favorite group? That will allow it, of course. I don't want you to get kicked out. Share this video with someone that you love or you care about, or you think that would get something out of having a big hair tarot reader tell them about something. So share that love. It is always so useful for us. So thank you so much in advance. I think I covered all my bases. Snap to myself. Do you think did I miss anything? Yes, I continue to forget, but I'm not going to forget anymore. We're actually making a process to migrate a lot of our content to YouTube land. So we are also broadcasting to YouTube land. So hello, sweet YouTubers. Hello, sweet Facebookers. We love you both. We love you both. Thank you so much for hanging out with us. I look forward to reading for you all. So I'm going to go ahead and start shuffling. I'm going to actually, pause. I'm going to hop into comments and see who's here. That is my favorite part to start off, is just to see who's coming to visit with me so far. Lena, hi, sweet pea. Kathy, hello. Aw. Veronica. I love that spelling of Veronica. That's unique and interesting. I dig it. Kayla, hello, sweet pea. Isabel, hello. Aw, Kara. I'm excited to see who's here. You guys, I want to chat with, I want to just stay here in comments and talk to you all day in comments. But, I know cards have to happen eventually. Jessica, hello, sweet pea. Lena, I'm good. Thank you so much for asking. I'm a little congested. So if you can hear that it sounds like an elephant is sitting on my face, sounded terrible. Not as dirty as it sounded, honestly. But yeah, it's true. There's not an elephant on my face, but I am congested. So Tiffany, hello. You haven't caught the lives in a while? Due to work, taking off after. I took your advice and direction. Thanks a bunch. Oh, I'm so glad to hear it. Hugs, non-COVID hugs, No COVID. That's the great thing about virtual all this, is that there's no sharing of bodily anythings here. We don't get each other, what do you call it? Infected. That whole word. Oh, thank you, Lena. I appreciate it. I appreciate you all. So let me hop out of comments, because otherwise I'll just keep chatting with y'all for days. I can be your besties for 45 minutes. Let me not do that. Let me hop out. See, there we go. Perfect. Okay, so I'm going to get shuffling. Melissa is going to be pulling questions for me, so please go ahead and throw your questions into the comments section. I do ask that they're direct questions, so the more direct the question that you ask, the more direct an answer I can provide. If your question is too vague, I may punt it back so that we can get a little bit more specific. But also today is kind of interesting, so let's just see how the spirit moves us. Let's just have some fun. I want some oil first, so I haven't opened my new Witch's Moon box yet. It's like behind the screen, and I can't wait to open it so I can see what my new monthly oil is going to be.
Are you gonna unbox it on YouTube?
I will unbox that bad boy on YouTube, create the video for it, or we could do it live. We could do the unboxing live. Oh yeah, that'd be fun. That would be fun. But I'm telling you, that company has glorious oil makers. I don't know who they are, but they have all these fragrances that my wife is sometimes annoyed at smelling. But it's because I wear so many of them all the time. So I like them. She's like, okay, you smell like everything. So, but she still loves the anywho. So yes, go ahead and please throw in your questions, your question that you'd like to have read into the comments, and Melissa will be choosing them as through variety. So it's not going to be first come, first serve. It's going to be more of like a little variety here, a little variety there. We are going to ask you to continue to post that question because we get to a point where we can't see your question anymore and we need you to do it again. So please feel free to go ahead and throw it in. And Melissa will be the person that'll be talking to you about that. So let me go ahead and get shuffling. If you haven't seen this before, this is a standard Rider-Waite-Smith Centennial Edition. It's a little bit thicker than their standard yellow box deck of cards, but it's the fastest thing I read with these days. So I loves it. I loves it. I loves it. All right, so I'm going to go ahead and hop in. And when Melissa's ready, you can go ahead and pull the first one. Lisa, will I ever meet my future husband? Excuse me, will I ever will I ever meet my future husband soon, or have I met him already? Gotcha. Okay, let's see what we need to know about that. What do we need to know? Future husband. The first thing I'm feeling is that there's potentials around, like there's the opportunities, like you could totally make a future husband out of that one or a future husband out of this one, but I get that you're looking for something a little bit more substantial out of the people that you're entertaining. I guess is the best way that I can think of it. Let's see what shows up for us. I keep feeling potential, so hold on. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Okay, hon. So let me show you the cards that I got for you. So the first card I have is the 10 of Pentacles, along with the 8 of Swords and the 7 of Swords. So in kind of like hopping directly into the question, your husband. So this is an interesting set because it's like, yeah, I feel like you totally have the ability to create family with any of the people that you have immediately around you. Like that's a possibility. There's a little bit of accountability that the cards are kind of like asking of you. So I'm wondering if it's like maybe letting your defenses down, letting your barriers down so that these people can actually rise to the occasion for you. So that, you know, it's like when we're looking for only one thing, we're so hyper-focused that we miss other opportunities that are available to us that may show up and surprise and delight us in a way that we may not have already kind of set up for ourselves. So the other cards that I have for you, Sweet Pea, is the 3 of Wands. I have the Knight of Wands. And then I have the 9 of Pentacles. I'm inclined to believe, hon, that there's someone lingering around you that very well could be the Mr. Right. Yeah, that Knight of Wands, though, like that's kind of like the knight in shining armor kind of coming in to want to save the day, you know, save you from yourself, essentially. There's no need to have you saved. You're perfectly fine exactly as you are. But that 9 of Pentacles, too, it's just like, oh, the resources are there. They're there. So I personally think they're lingering. They're lingering. So I think it's not even a will you ever. You already have, it's probably lingering. Will you be getting married? Those are other questions. When you'll be getting married? Those are more questions. So all the fun stuff. I wish I could just give you names like Carl at the left or Joseph over here. One of these days, my skills will be so good that I'll be able to do that for you, Sweet Pea. But thank you so much for your question. All right, let me pick up my cards. I just threw all over my desk because it's a party house over here. All right, Sweet Pea. Kayla, do you see pregnancy for me next year? Ooh, let's see. There we go. Do you see pregnancy for you? Pregnancy for you next year. Pregnancy for you. Ooh. Do you see pregnancy? Okay, shuffling through. Give me one more. Pregnancy for you. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. All right, hon. So the cards that I got for you are a little wonkadoo, but let's talk through them. First card is the Nine of Swords. The second card I have is the High Priestess, along with the Judgment card. The other one that I have is the Ten of Swords, along with the Three of Swords, and the Queen of Cups. So to answer the question directly, hun, like next year does not seem like a big winner regarding a successful pregnancy, because my thing is having a 10, having the 9, or having the 9, having the 10, and then having this 3. That's a lot of disappointment. So to me, this is leaning along the lines of something going on where it's like the prospect of getting pregnant or having that dream doesn't look very promising next year. I would love to know like what you can do to kind of aid that, speed that up, take care of that situation. But I would feel more comfortable digging into that if we talk directly, so I could get a better feel of what's going on for you. And like, are you like, what's your game plan? And figure out your plans, understand your plan, so that you can kind of strategize and plan for it instead of just, oh, I'm going to get knocked up kind of thing. So I want to know more so we can dig deeper into it, because as of right now, it doesn't look like it's going to be a winner for next year, my dear. But thank you so much for your question, though. I do appreciate you still, even though, my dear. Coco Bay 105. Ooh, babe. I got to put that B in there. Can you tell me if Sean, my friend, slept with my ex? I know he tried to talk to her, but she told me that they did not talk. I just want to know the truth. Oh, geez. Okay, hold on. Let me reread. I got to make sure I get it clear. Can you tell me if Sean, your friend, slept with your ex? Your friend. Sean sounds... Anyway, I know he tried to talk to her, but she told me that they didn't talk. So he tried to talk to your ex, but they didn't talk. I just want to know the truth. Oh, so we're having like these mixed messages, essentially. Did your Sean sleep with the person? Okay. I don't have a clear if I'm going to be able to see that kind of information, or that I even want to kind of like dip my toe into it. But let me see if there's deception or not, kind of thing. So let's just see what shows up for us. And then what the truth of that is, I would still like encourage discussing that intimately between the two of them, maybe like in front of each other. Like that's an old school tactic that I used to do in like, I don't know, 9th grade. Like you had this person say one thing, this person saying the other thing. Okay, let's get in front of each other. Now say it to each other's face. Someone needs to tell me the truth, because it's usually somewhere in the middle. Let's see what shows up for us. The situation. What do we need to know? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Okay, hun bunch. So let me show you what I have. So the first card I have for you is the 5 of Wands. I have the 2 of Pentacles, the 2 of Cups, along with the 9 of Pentacles. The other thing I have is the Star, along with the 5 of Pentacles and the 3 of Pentacles. Sorry, Sean is a girl. Got you. I saw a he on there. That's why I was like, what? Okay. Oh, I misplaced which one was which. Got you. Thank you, darling. Thank you, darling. Did Sean... Okay, so the feeling that I'm getting out of the situation and the cards is kind of this mid-ground of oddity. And the way it feels is that what we're directly asking for, I don't feel like happened. Like if we're asking for them boning, that doesn't seem like a thing. Now, that does feel like there's maybe some boundaries that are like gray, fuzzy. There might have been some like, oh, someone trying to like, hey, what you doing? And someone like, maybe like a little bit, no, I don't want to. So there's just like this fuzzy, weird ground that makes no damn sense, essentially. I wouldn't be surprised if there was quote unquote inappropriate behavior based on what your kind of like internal expectations are between the two of them. But it doesn't feel like it was the whole shebang kind of thing. So it's this weird, like 70-degree midline kind of thing. It's weird and it feels weird. Why is it weird? There's weird stuff going on there. It doesn't feel like as dramatic as the fear is. It seems like a little past, like, what was it? Like instead of boning, they maybe just had a makeout session or something. So kind of thing. hypothetical, okay, hypothetical. But you know, that's the degree I'm saying. It's like, it's not exactly great. I still didn't want that to happen, but no, it's not you, blah, blah, blah kind of thing. This is how it felt. And the cards here, that's kind of how it looked. So I hope that at least gives a tiny bit of clarity. I know it's very like gray, and it's just mainly because everyone's trying to save their own ass is kind of the feel of it. But thank you so much. We were drunk. Got it. Oh my goodness, hon. He crossed the boundaries, and she said she turned him down. I'm inclined to believe that. Like, it felt inappropriate, but it didn't feel like the drama kind of thing. I'm sorry that you have that whole crossy boundary kind of person. They should be on the head. Oh, what's this? A shusher. I want a shusher. This person should be shushed. Anyway, what's in store for me in 5 months? 5 months, huh? Ooh, is this something you're looking for in that 5-month timeline, Lena? Oh, it's okay. What's in store for you? Oops, in 5 months. Let's see what it just energetically feels like over the next 5 months. So that's what. So now we're in December, April, May, June, May. Between now and May, right? Yeah. Okay, I think so. What's kind of the feels between now and May? Oh, there's the first card. What's going on between now and May? There we go. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. All right, hun bunch. You got stuff. I like it. I dig it. So the first card that hopped out was the Chariot. So for me, first off, whatever business and real estate got you, there's a lot of movement happening. So I feel like the wheels have been spinning, or it feels like that breath before movement happens. You know how if you're sitting in a car and that moment where you press the accelerator, but that distance in time between the pressing of the accelerator and the moving of the car, that's that moment that the Chariot holds for me. The other cards I have for you is the Fool. And it's all about beginning of new adventures. The 9 of Wands, being a little bit pummeled by said adventures, but having the gumption and the strength to be able to maintain and handle it and manage. The other cards that I have for you is the 8 of Wands. Again, we're talking about speed. We have the Ace of Cups. So this is like the return of the heart. This is sometimes it can be romantic depending on the situation. But then we have the 6 of Pentacles. So I'm inclined to think that's more of a financial come up of sorts. So honestly, whatever's going on in the next 5 months for you, whatever you've been putting into place, I feel like is actually kind of getting that jump start from the accelerator being pressed. So I'm hoping, you said you're doing real estate and your business. It feels like you're getting the momentum you need, the momentum you've been wanting, when you're sitting in your business and you're like, God, I just need that contract to go through. If I'm supposed to do this, then it needs that. You just need this sign, or you need this thing, or you need this whatever to continue to have faith in your project or in your business or in the whatever you're doing. I feel like that's what's showing up for you, is that you're getting that momentum that feels kind of like divinely inspired. So it's like your heart's breaking open and you're all excited kind of thing. So to me, 5 months looks pretty freaking cool. And the bottom card on your set was the Empress. And the Empress to me is about new opportunities, or pregnancy. I mean, if you're pregnant, then that shows up for you. But it also can be like pregnant with opportunity, creativity, creation, building things, and totally in line with you in the business. So yeah, honey bunch, I think 5 months is going to be kind of cool. Don't lose your head, honey. Don't lose your head. Shantae, you just graduated from nursing school. Will I land a good job? Oh, hun. What we were just talking or listening on the radio about in Arkansas, the state where I'm from, is accelerating the graduation of nursing students so that they can kind of pump them into the local health centers to kind of aid with the whole COVID land thing. So I have questions about that. Like, I hope we're ready. I hope they're ready. Okay. Will you land a good job? Will you land a good job? Will you land a good job? Like, even as shuffling the cards, the feeling I'm getting is that like jobs are going to be kind of thrown at you. Like I literally had the idea of like when you're on stage as a musician, think of like your old school LL Cool J singing and croning on stage, right? And then ladies are like throwing their panties on stage. To me, it was like they were throwing jobs at you. Like, take this one. So it seemed like I think you landing a job's not going to be a question. Now, if y'all know who LL Cool J is, y'all have to like tell me because I may have just aged myself. He doesn't sing? Oh yeah, he doesn't, does he? So not only did I age myself, I just told you how like terrible my hip hop knowledge is. I live adjacent. I'm hip hop adjacent. I wasn't in the life, but I was nearby. Oh my gosh, do you feel that that's accurate? I think that's true.
For you,
yeah, for me, definitely. I was not in the life. I was raised down south. I was raised in an interesting household. I was hip hop adjacent. Oh my goodness. Okay. Are you going to land a good job? I promise I'm going to pull cards for you, hon. Here you go. Are you going to land a good job? 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Yes, I think, yeah, I still think you're going to have you're going to land a good job. Be clear. Okay, so something that's coming to mind that I want to specify for you is you're going to be in a position to bargain well. So whatever kind of whatever you need to make the job a little bit sweeter for you, don't be scared to actually negotiate for yourself and ask for what you feel you deserve, be it pay raise, insurance, whatever else might be there. And if they are resistant to providing that to you, then maybe check out, scene 3 or other job opportunity. It's like you are in a bargaining position here. So just acknowledging that and take that to your advantage. I have the Fool along with the King of Cups. And what's this other one? There you go. The High Priestess. So I'm not worried about you landing a good job. I want you to follow your intuition as regards to where you have the most impact, where you can have the most enjoyable time while you are there. Because right now, yes, shit's hitting the fan. They're going to be throwing jobs at you left and right. They're going to have all the stuff, but you will have a grand old time. You'll figure it out. Because I have the 4 of Wands along with the King of Pentacles. So I feel like the money's going to be good. I feel like you're going to get worn out though. So definitely take the opportunity, every opportunity to take care of yourself. So if you have like a self-care routine, ritual, process team, if like the moment you come home, the parents or the kids or the husband, the spouse, whoever is throwing, resources at you so that you can take care of yourself when you come home and decompress, because that's going to be necessary. But you landing a good job. I'm not even worried about you, hon. But thank you so much for your question. Tiffany, going out of town this weekend. Do you see it being a positive weekend? Ooh, positive weekend. I want to talk shit so bad, but I'm not going to call you out like that, honey, because we love you. Thank you so much for your question. Let's hop in. Is it going to be a positive weekend? Is it going to be a positive weekend? It's going to be a positive weekend. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. I have to laugh because the Ace of Wands showed up for you. And I think, yes, it's going to be a positive weekend. So I'm not really too worried about you. And I feel like positive overall. Because the other cards that I have Judgment. I have the 5 of Wands along with the Queen of Cups. So I feel like there's going to be like a tentative or tenuous moment where like, maybe I don't even need to do this, or why am I here kind of like question. But I feel like whatever the bickering is going to resolve itself and we're all going to be just fine. The other cards that showed up for you was the 8 of Pentacles along with the 7 of Swords, and then the Ace of Wands at the end. The reason that I'm giggling is because I think you're going to go meet somebody. And if you're meeting somebody, then it seems like y'all are going to have some fun. I'm just saying, because this is my penis card. So I think you're going to go have some fun. It's going to be a great weekend. So enjoy it. Have fun. Come back and tell me all about it. Okay. Thank you so much for your question. I know, my wife was like, oh! Yep. Veronica, will my finances increase? Let's see, honey. Let's see what's going on there for you. Oh, okay, I got cards coming out, so that's a good start. Damn it. More. Will your finances increase? Let's get the last 3. 1, 2, 3. Ooh, sweet. All right, hun. I hate like being vocal beforehand, and I do it all the time because it's like I feel like I'm telling the story ahead of time, or like cluing you in advance but not saying anything. It seems rude. So a first card I have is the Three of Wands, along with the Hangman and the Justice card. The other cards that I have for you, which is actually what made me so like kind of like giddy for you, was the Wheel of Fortune, along with the Two of Wands, the 10 of Cups, and then the 9 of Cups was directly below my shadow card at the bottom of the deck. So these two right here, honey, is the yes, they're going to increase. You will figure out a way to make them increase, essentially. The other cards that showed up for you with the Two of Wands, with the Wheel of Fortune, I'm inclined to believe that it's going to take a little bit of strategic planning on your end. It's not going to magically happen. It's going to be like one of those like, okay, these are the finances, these are the expenses. This is not meeting this. What needs to happen? And you get it done, essentially. Like the brute, not magical woozy, but like, oh, I just need to work more hours, get a second side hustle or whatever. Like you're going to figure out how to get it done. These other cards, this one in particular is you kind of climbing, or the figure is climbed to the top of a mountain, looks out at the horizon and surveys his land, surveys his life. To me, this is like you trying to figure out and decide what kind of life you actually want and what do you need to actually get there. Like that's what that card shows up to me for. And then the Hangman is actually just allowing it to happen, allowing it to occur because you've already made all those decisions. So you are going to, yes, ultimately, will your finances increase? Yes, you are going to make that happen because you made that happen, essentially. So yeah, I'm not even worried about you at all, honey bunch. But thank you so much for your question. Heck yeah. Eli, what do I need to know about my relationship, whether platonic or romantic? What's next? Ooh. What do you need to know about your relationships? Let's see. Also? You can roast me with the harsh truth. You need it, darling. Thank you. Good to know. Let's see what shows up. So, Melissa, no cringing, okay? Melissa's usually over there like, hide. My wife did not just say that. All right. So what do you need to know about your relationships? All right, hun bunch. Let's see what shows up for us. First card hopped out. Thank you. What's the next one? What do you need to know about your relationships? What does he need to know about his relationships? Ooh, 2, 3, 4. So I'm feeling two things at the same time. And there's one half of this where I feel like some boundaries and sense of accountability and responsibility would be really beneficial for you. Like literally boundaries that you have with other people, but also the boundaries that you have, not boundaries. What is that word that I'm looking for? The relationship that you have with yourself, I have questions about. And that's not bad questions. It's just like, okay, maybe this could use some nurturing. This could use some lovings on, primarily because it's like your outward relationships are a reflection of the inward relationship that you have with yourself. So if there's anybody that you're a little bit wonk with, then we have to look internally for that solution first and foremost. But those are the first two. Hold on. First 3. What are the others? What else do we need to know about your relationships? I kind of want to like chat with you for a moment because something that I'm feeling off of this situation is like a hardship with receding or question. Do you have sometimes a hard time receiving either kindness, love, attention, affection without condition? Because sometimes people have a hard time accepting help, accepting love, accepting hugs, accept whatever, like whatever words you want to add to it. It's the acceptance part. Do you sometimes find yourself having a hard time with that? Question mark for you. So let's see what else shows up. What else? Oop. First card. All right. Last 2. Okay, so let me show you all the cards. So the first card I have for you is the 8 of Pentacles, along with the 8 of Wands, and then I have the Ace of Cups. To me, that is like the epitome of what we just talked about in the beginning part, just reworking on that relationship that you have with yourself first and foremost. The other cards that I have for you is the Empress, along with the High Priestess, and then the 4 of Cups. I feel like talking to you about redirecting your focus from external relationships to the internal internal one first, because the high priestess is all about our intuition and our relationship with self. So to me, this is like you turning inward and getting close to yourself so you can see what's beyond the veil. And then by side effect of doing that is that you innately have better connections. You innately have better relationships with not just your significance, but your children, your boss, your cousins. You start to have better relationships in general when you have a more robust relationship with yourself. Boom. Mic drop. Thank you. Eli, I hope that makes sense for you. You've been called out. Honey bunch. It's because we love you, darling. It's because we love you. And you gave me permission. So I just went in. But it's because I love you, honey. And hugs. Non-COVID hugs. Yay. Thank you so much for your question. All right, dear. TS, how will my finances and career be next year? Ooh, let's see what they look like for us. What will they look like? What will they look like? What will they look like? Oops. First card. Ooh. Okay. How many more do I need? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Okay, hun bunch. Mixed bag for you, okay? So I have, starting off with the Magician, then we have the Three of Cups, and then we have the Emperor. So my thought with the first three is next year, there's this mixed bag of, at first, there's this, you're feeling your own internal fortitude. You're feeling like things are starting to pick back up or pick up well or continue on. And so you're celebrating your wins. You're having a grand old time. You're feeling like you're in this position or this seat of authority. Love that. The other cards that I have for you, I have the Nine of Pentacles. So to me, this is more of you actually getting like the material results of your finances, or it's like, you know, when you get a paycheck or you get a raise, you then go shopping kind of thing. It's like you're holding the material aspects of your wealth or your stuff. The mixed bag portion then comes in with the Hermit, and then the Tower with the Nine of Swords at the shadow end of the deck. So, hun, in thinking about it, what I want you to do, or what I want you to be aware of, is whatever increases in your finances that you have, I want you to, like, please make sure that you're stashing some away, like rainy day for yourself, savings for yourself, lowering your debt for yourself. Don't hyperextend yourself, because it feels like whatever's going on here that's so magic, so awesome, so great, there's something hits the fan. And so I don't know if that's like your job gets liquidated, you lose the position, maybe the car gets totaled and then something else happens. Like there's something that occurs with the Tower showing up for us that kind of knocks us back a few. So making a point to have a safety net, making a point to not hyperextend yourself financially, that you're on top of everything that you have going for your finances, will aid in making whatever this is a little bit smoother. Emergencies are less emergent when you have the money to take care of it. So just caution, careful, okay? But ultimately, that first year looks good. So take advantage of that great year. But yeah, thank you so much for your question. Let's see. May I ask SC's intentions towards you? Ooh, SC. South Carolina, the whole state? Yay! No. SC's intentions towards you. And please feel free to let me know how these readings land for you, if they resonate at all, if they made sense. I'd like to know how they impart on your life and how they impact you moving forward. It's always fun to kind of get that, 2-day checkup, like, oh, it went well, or it didn't, or this or that. I love hearing that. I love hearing about it. Sorry, I messed up myself over here. Mm-hmm. So SC's intentions towards you, honey. Let's see what shows up for us. SC's intentions towards you. SC's intentions towards you. What are SC's intentions towards her? Sorry, it's NC. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Cool. Okay, hun bunch. So let me show you what I got, because I have the four of Swords along with the Ace of Swords and Justice. For me, if we're aiming for a particular intention, that's like, I have a question mark about that, because usually when this question comes up for us, there's the hope for someone's romantic interest towards us or the nervousness about someone's romantic intentions towards us. So if we're looking for or trying to avoid romantic intentions, I'm not seeing it here. The Four of Swords is about usually rest and relaxing. So sometimes that can be literally, hey, I'm just chill here. And then the Ace of Swords is very like a heady space. So this is very intellectual, very high-minded, very smart, book smart kind of thing. Justice card is about balance. So this is not someone who is kind of like swept up in the romance, but someone who is very like even keel and like knows exactly what is occurring in their environment, in their emotions, in their headspace. The other cards that I have for you, the Nine of Wands, along with the Five of Wands, and then the Seven of Swords. So the transition from the first set to the second set, this card often is referred to as like the wounded warrior. So to me, this card shows up when we've been like a little pummeled or worn out by something. And then the Five of Wands is bickering. I think of it as needless bickering because honestly, why are we all beating each other with very long sticks? There's no need for this. There is no need for this. And then the Seven of Swords is that, for me, I think about this card in relation to when you come into a situation, take something and then leave. Like it's that leaving behavior of that particular card. So to me, it feels like whatever their intentions are, it feels very level, very even keel, and almost temporary because it seems like maybe there's like a disagreement or some conflict and then someone's out. So not a whole ton of like awesomeness. It seems like more of like in transit is kind of the feel of it, hun. Shadow card at the bottom of the deck was the Hermit. So to me, this almost looks like to me like SC is not going to be around long kind of thing, my dear. But thank you so much for your question. I hope that at least gives some clarity. And if you have like another question that you want to throw into that, please feel free, put that in the comments. We'll keep digging. I do not mind. Let me get shuffling again for us. Update, sweet. Okay, you all. So I have a couple things. First, I want to always make sure that you understand how to get in touch with me if you want to get additional or deeper work done. On the website that Melissa has dropped into the comments, I'm sure a couple times, but are also directly connected to this post. You can schedule either a a Zoom session with me in either a 30-minute or a 60-minute increment, or we can do a personalized recorded video reading that I conduct privately in my treehouse by myself. But I record it and send it and share it with you via like a edited video that's adorable and usually between 20 minutes to 40 minutes long, depending on what we're digging into, what we're trying to unpack, and what we're trying to unfold. So those are the main primary methods, my best methods. I feel like I do my best work when I do those two services. So we have trimmed the catalog from all of its excess to the primary best services that I have to offer. With that, the announcement that I wanted to make today, so those of you who are here, we are going to 3 minutes. Oh, thank you. I totally did not set my timer. In 3 minutes, we'll totally hop back into doing reads. So no worries at all. Once I find my timer, where to go? Where's the clock? There you go. 3. Dun, da, da, da. Probably going to have 2 now. Because that happens. Okay, so the whole point was that I wanted to talk to you first about a change that we're going to be making to AV Tarot as a brand and also as like the way I practice, the way I conduct services, the way I continue on. We are going to discontinue doing these weekly live sessions starting today. Today is the last live session that we're going to be doing in this format, in this hour-long format on Wednesdays. So next Wednesday, you will not be seeing me in this setup. What we're going to be doing instead is in a method of leveling up my game in providing more value and more service and more for my community. We are going to be doing events instead. So we're going to be switching from a weekly live stream, live show to a weekly ticketed event that's going to have a very low barrier to entry. It's going to be between $3 and $5 to access. And then it's going to be, I'm experimenting with a 90-minute layout. There's going to be tiers so that people can kind of sign up in advance to be read on screen with me, and then a section that we can still do community reads and conversation and also talk about anything else that's going on community-wise or globally or whatever else that we feel is necessary to unpack and divulge in those days. So we're shifting this to give everybody the opportunity to have better work, have better service, have better have better of me is the big thing. And I'm a big proponent. One of the things I speak about all the time is leveling up, continuing to get better, continuing to grow, continuing to evolve. And that includes me and that includes my practice. So that is going to be one of the big changes. And I'll be putting a post out on the Facebook page. I still plan to engage here on Facebook. I intend to continue to do video content on YouTube, to do lives on both of them. Just this layout, we're going to be discontinuing that one. But it does not mean that I love you, because I love all y'all and I will still converse with you. I will still hop in and we'll still chat it up. Yes? I'm sorry. I'm like, wait, what's the timer?
It's been a great year of every week.
Yeah, we've done this. We've done this for over a year. Like we started, gosh, October of last year, I think. Every week. Every week. Except for one when I got sick. Except for one, but we've done this every Wednesday for over a year. We've had a grand old time, but we definitely just want to continue to evolve the practice. So in the meantime, please stay in touch. Please follow the page so that you're up to date on when these events will occur, how the format of those will be laid out. I'll be sharing those details as they become available, and I'll definitely keep everybody in the loop, in touch, and I will still be engaging with all of you. So no worries, I'm not quitting. Trust me, there's no quitting this one now. I'm already in. We are just changing how this progresses. But thank you so much for listening to my little spiel. I hit it right at the 3-second mark. I'm good. Perfect. All right, so let's go ahead and hop back into readings. And if you guys have any questions about what I just mentioned, please feel free to either message me directly or comment in this. I always read those afterwards, so I stay on top of everything. So yes, let's go ahead and get shuffled in again. And whenever Melissa's ready. Yay! Jamie, what do I need to know about my son, his health and well-being? Okay, let's see what's going on there for us. Let's see, what do you need to know? What does she need to know about her son? Health and well-being. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Okay, hon. So the first card that I have for you is the 5, 6, 7 of Wands, along with the Page of Swords, and the Emperor card. To me, that had this feeling, like, I don't know how old your son is, like that felt like a young adult or a teenager, because to me, this is like this parental conflict with this thinking a little too highly of oneself, and they're thinking I'm in charge when actually no one else is. Like the mom's in charge or the family's in charge, but they think they are. That's kind of how that felt for just a moment there. I have the 3 of Pentacles along with the Magician and the Ace of Cups. So overall, regarding health and well-being, overall well-being, your son feels, I feel like using the word safe. So I'm not sure like if you need that word specifically, but the word safe feels like it's really important to understand and acknowledge. Like he has a spirit team, he has his guides, he's good. He's good. The other cards that I have for you, just on the shadow end of the bottom end of the deck, is the Queen of Pentacles. So to me, this is the eternal mother hen. So this is like, to me, this feels like there's the continual want to nurture, the want to kind of keep them under the wing. And so I'm wondering if maybe that might be a little bit of what's going on for you, but your son feels great. Like he seems to be doing okay, regardless of like what may be experiencing on the outside. Cause I know he's probably going through all of that stuff, but on the whole, he's cared for. He's fine. He's going to be okay. I would love to know a little bit more about what the situation is that's making you ask the question in particular, because we can usually dig into those little nuances a little bit more. But on the broad strokes, he's just fine. He's just fine. But yeah, I still feel like he loves his mom. So yay, with that Ace of Cups, that's a great kid. All right, my dear. I'm kind of losing hope and love coming anytime. Oh, losing hope and love coming anytime soon. There we go. And it has me pretty down. I'm sorry to hear that, hon. Any messages from spirit of reassurance or clarity about this? Gotcha. Yeah. Let's dig into that, hon. Let's see. What does she need to know? I'm sorry that you feel so bad, hon. Because it's like the first thing I want to just profusely encourage you is to not lose hope. But in regards to not so much continuing to like watch the calendar and count the days and watch the time pass by where that person that you're looking for is not there. So if there was any way that we could like hop out of that kind of like sometimes that overthinking phase of it, but I understand it. I've been there myself. So I get how sticky that little spot can be. And it can be really hard to move out of it. Let's see how it shows up for us. What does she need to know? Oops. None of those. What does she need to know? Okay. I got cards falling all over the place for you, hun. That's awesome. Okay. First one's 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Okay, hun. I'm kind of excited and impressed, I'm just going to say. So, first card I have for you. Sorry, my nose itches, and then, life happens. I have the King of Pentacles to start us off with. I also have the 6 of Cups, along with the 8 of Cups. The other cards that I have for you is the Knight of Cups, along with the Empress and the Hermit. The shadow card at the bottom of the deck was the 10 of Wands. And for me, this is just the overall feeling that we're having at the moment is this somewhat heavy, burdensome worries, the shoulda, coulda, wouldas, what did I do? Totally, I guess it's just been a long time. And I'm like, I get it, honey. So that's like the essential of what the absence of this person feels like for you. With that, the cards that I have with the King of Pentacles, the I'm going to get it right. King of Pentacles, 6 of Cups, 8 of Cups. My thought and the feeling that I'm getting out of these is that your person, that specifically, uniquely suited person I'd love to use the words that they were like made for you kind of thing. Like they were hanging on the tree, swinging from the branches, waiting for you. To me is as promised to be out there as like the sun's going to come up tomorrow. Like I'm not at all worried about you in that regard. I do feel like, however, a couple things. One, that's like to me a past life connection to this person. So it will be there will be something unique to them that will speak to you in a way that others aren't going to. Uh-oh. I was on a roll and then the question changed. So to sweep back to that, I do, however, feel like there's an aspect of this that we have to walk away from. So there's like a fantasy or an idea that we have to walk away from instead of holding on to the daydream of the Prince Charming of the thing. Like we have that storybook that we're ideally looking at. Melissa's getting it. There's things happening. We're good. There's a part that we have to walk away from, but that means you're walking away from things that do not serve you and into things that do. So that could be more complete authenticity towards yourself instead of the fantasy version of yourself or others or other people. The other card I have for you though, with that that Knight of Cups, that is Prince Charming. So that for me in any reading that I do with people, if this starts to show up for us, that's usually a romantic connection with someone. That's also usually having family or creation or creating this environment for these two to occur. The thing that it always kind of reverts back to, though, is the relationship with self. So the Hermit card, when it shows up for us, it is often reminding us to take those moments to go away, to just be on your own, to take some quiet, not this half-pregnant dating out in the world, trying to see Mr. Prince Charming everywhere you go, but take some time to like put up the do not disturb. Like I'm not dating right now. I'm not even in the market right now, so that you can kind of return. Thank God. Got you. So that you can return internally. Excuse me. So you can turn internally to look at what kind of person that you are versus what kind of person you want. Does the person you are, would they be attracted to each other? That's like, I feel like that's always a big question, because I remember for myself hitting that point where I knew exactly what kind of person I was interested in and realizing, shit, that person wouldn't like me where I was then. And so it kind of forces you to look at yourself and level up. And you can only do that when you've looked at yourself and examined the relationship that you have internally with yourself, with your nuances, with your neurosis, with who you are at this moment. And then allow whatever shifts that need to occur to happen. So is that more education? Is that getting your bills right? Is that getting your spirituality settled? Is that being nicer, kinder to yourself? There's a million things it could be, you know? So you are going to find a person, full stop, not worried at all about you. That Hermit card, to me, is telling us to reevaluate our relationship with ourselves first. Because you got to be that big ass bright beacon for that person to come find you, right? See, even there's a lantern in there. There you go. But thank you so much for your question, Sweepy. I hope that helps. Hopes it helps just a little bit. Tracy, I have my cards all mixed up. I hope I was specific enough. What is the next step in my career? Same job, new job, entrepreneurship? Specific-ish. That'll work. That'll work. That's more than fine, hun. If I sneeze, I'll try really hard to press the mute button so that you don't see whatever happens. But it's like it's talking to me. The sneeze is talking to me. I know I'm trying not to, but oh my God, okay. We're not going to continue to talk about my sneeze.
What deck is that you're using?
Oh, this is the Centennial edition of the Rider-Waite-Smith. This is the Pamela Coleman Smith edition. She is the artist of the Rider-Waite-Smith. And this is the blueback, is how I talk about it. Because often there's the one that has it's up there. There's the deck that has the plaid on the back, and that's the yellow box, kind of standard. Everyone sees that one. This was part of a Centennial edition, 100-year anniversary of Pamela Coleman Smith creating the artwork for the Rider-Waite-Smith. So, you know, she's a woman of color too. Mm-hmm. Yep. And she didn't get much. I think she got like $72 for this. And we've been using it for 100 years. Like, so like kind of insulting. But, you know, anywho, Tracy, what's the next step in your career? Same job, new job, entrepreneurship. What do we need to know? The new step in your career. What do we need to know about the new step in your career? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Got it. Okay. So the first card that hopped out for you, hun, was the 3 of Cups. So thinking about your career, I want you to go back to whatever's fun. Like something that brings fizzy, like enjoyment and fun, and that kind of feeds your brain and explosion of fun. Like I would love for you to go back to whatever you found fun at, not just the methodical honing your craft, the kind of obligatory work that you do because you have the bills to pay kind of thing, but like back to fun. The other cards that I have for you is the Hierophant, along with the Queen of Wands, the Eight of Pentacles, the High Priestess, along with the 6 of Pentacles, and the Knight of Swords. I'm half inclined to talk about like you doing entrepreneurship, so long as it's something that you're enjoying. Like I want you to like enjoy this like a mental patient on a mountaintop, enjoy it. Like I want you to really like what it is you're doing. Stop laughing at me. Hold on. Because it's like the Queen of Wands showing up for us. That's you kind of stepping into, I always talk about it how my wife talks about me stepping into my shoulders, because when I'm not in shirts that make me look small, I have really broad ass shoulders. So she often talks to me about stepping into your big ass shoulders. And so the Queen of Wands to me is doing that. That's the action of that. This queen is of the wands. She's the head boss of the wands, not the king. She's the boss of the wands. So that to me is about energy and about ideas. And my nose is now starting to run. My apologies. Now I have the 8 of Pentacles. This is the work that you're doing and doing it on repeat, doing it over and over, so long as you're enjoying it. So, hun, I'm inclined to tell you like to maybe take a beginning walk or beginning look at entrepreneurship or anything that you enjoy. You like enjoy a lot. The other card that showed up for us was the 9 of Cups. So to me, that is you following your natural inclinations. This is the stuff that like when you think about, you kind of brighten up a little bit. You kind of get excited about. That is going to be the winner for you. And if it's literally you being an entrepreneur, but you're 9 to 5 right now, that's not leave the 9 to 5 so that you can be an entrepreneur. That's start your your second phase, your second phase of your day. Like I remember like all of us, we're all entrepreneurs in this house. And at first it's working our 9 to 5. And then we have, 6 to 2? the second shift at home doing, mulling around on our side hustles that we wanted to do a little bit more long term until that business grew to the point in which we could leave our 9 to 5. And then we did that whole flying leap. And it's scary as fuck. But then you survive and you're like, oh, it's not so bad. Okay, I can handle this. And then life goes on. But yeah, I think entrepreneurship would be fun for you so long as you find it fun. If you find it fun, I'm game. But thank you so much for that question. Oh, is it time for Flash? Yay. I promise not to flash you. It's just the way we do these cards. So if you haven't seen me do flash readings before, the way that we do them is that Melissa pulls a question and I pull one card. So what you do for me is that you throw your questions, random, weird, odd ones, extra, I don't care. Throw them into the comments. Melissa is going to start picking questions one at a time so that I can pull one card and give a sound bite reading so that we can get as many people in at the last bit before we wrap it up for the next foreseeable future. So yes, let's get shuffling in. I think the elephant refound my face. It's now all heavy again. Oh my goodness. Greetings. Would like to know if it's worth it to continue on my marriage or should I walk away? Gotcha. That's a big question. So let's see. What does she need to know? What should she do? What's in her best interest is what I'm aiming for. What's in your best interest, hon? Okay. What's in your best interest? I just realized the chili flakes are still on my desk. What's in your best interest? Knight of Wands. Okay, so with the Knight of Wands, my invitation to you would be to consider an alternative way of working on your current situation. So that doesn't mean just walking away from it. The King of Wands or the Knight of Wands isn't a walk away kind of person. He's the one that kind of charges in with his wand, his ideas, his strategies, his challenge to the situation per se. Understand whatever it is that you feel like is missing out of your relationship. Figure out a way that you can bring it to the table first. Another thing, it just showed up for a second and then it vanished. Give me a second. Anyway, that's going to be the sound bite. I think Knight of Wands, the invitation is for you to stick it out, bring whatever it is that you feel is missing to the table, and then also do a little bit digging on what he feels like is missing out of the relationship. It may be just you two, what is it? When we've learned each other's love language, we can start to actually show and share with each other what we actually feel instead of this perception, you should understand me because we're married kind of thing. So might be something worth digging into. Anywho, that was a long sound bite. I'm sorry, Melissa. To hide. Blaze and I, hello. Do my ancestors have any important messages for me to know? Let's see if we can get that out of one card, hon. Let's see. Oops. That's not one card, that's 4. I get scolded when I do more than one card. All right. What do your ancestors want for you to know right now? Here we go. What is this? Ooh. 6 of Wands, honey. So the 6 of Wands, swords. 6 of Swords. 6 of Swords is all about walking away, strolling away, boating away, going away from what is right now to something else. So whatever's going on for you, it's asking you to leave whatever is not serving you, does not serve your best intention or your highest good. So walk away from whatever is it's treating you beautifully, whatever is not whatever you feel like is not in your best interest, walk away from that and go towards something better for yourself. Full stop. Boom. Thank you. Thank you so much for your question. Let me get shuffling in. Will I get married? Isabel, let's see. Are you going to get married? Let's see what shows up for us for that. Is Isabel going to get married? Okay. Is Isabel going to get married? Ooh, what is this one? Dun, dun, dun. Ooh, Temperance. So I have the inclination, yes, you're going to get married. Especially because that is something that is kind of like you've made that a priority about your relationships or your connections or the connections that you get into have that goal in mind. So the Temperance card is an invitation to keep some balance on it. Look for the right ingredients to create that connection, to create that situation, that perfect little situation for you to get married. So not as sorry, the words were like right there. I want to make sure that we don't make up some of the ingredients to make someone marriage material when they may not be. That's the whole point that I was trying to get to. Like, this is the right ingredients organically, not like you only filling the cup one side. This is a 2 action kind of thing. But yes, if that is something that you want to do, honey, you are going to get married. You're going to. Thank you for your question. Amanda, is this most recent man a potential partner? Glorious dog. Let's see what shows up for us. Is this most recent person a potential partner? Okay, shuffled in. Pull a card. There we go. What is this one? That's if you, okay, so you're saying potential partner. If that is something that the 2 of you decide, then absolutely. If you 2 decide because of some extenuating circumstance, then y'all will dissolve it. As of right now, I think it very well could be a potential partner for you. So maybe look at it with a kind eye. See what shows up for you. But definitely, hon. Definitely. Why did my friend Laura stop communicating with you? Ooh, I'm sorry about that. All right, Laura, what's going on with Laura? Why did Laura stop communicating with you? Let's see what shows up. 1 card. Ooh, here we go. Woo. 4 of Wands. Usually this is a happy card. So this is, I'm wondering what's going on there. So the 4 of Wands often can talk about like house, home, like the 4 walls of a home, celebration, excitement, jubilance. I don't feel like you did anything wrong per se. And so it seems like the situation's okay. So I'm wondering like if you maybe could benefit from reaching out, and if they don't reach out, then wait until they do. But it doesn't feel like you've done anything per se, or no, it doesn't feel like you've done anything. Like even in the whole like trying to say, well, maybe you did. No, it didn't seem accurate. So I feel like you didn't do anything, hon. So the why, I honestly don't understand it because it seems like everything's okay. So maybe like reach out, see what's going on. Just touch base, see if they're okay, see if they need anything, see how you can support them in something that's going on for them. So, but I don't see as to anything as to why. It seems like it's okay. But thank you so much for your question. Gabby, you're dealing with a Libra, or you were dealing with a Libra. It ended. It was a long distance situation. I feel confused whether to have some hope again or not. I'd like to know his current feelings about you, please. Oh, okay. Let's see if we can get that out on 1 card. Hope. Have some hope with that. Okay, what is this? Ooh. So I have the World for you. His feelings. So I'm not getting a lot on his feelings. What I'm getting is a situation. I feel like the situation is part of a cycle that we have, and it may be a cycle for the both of you. Maybe you 2 do this kind of relationship frequently, and this is like the end of another, shindig. To have hope, having hope in this situation is not a bad thing. Hope in itself is not a bad thing. However, the caveat I'm suggesting, or the invitation, is to allow your wounds to heal, allow your heart to kind of mend from what just occurred for you, because there's new lessons, there's new opportunities, there's new things available around that will show up for you over time. And you've gained so much from this. You'll be able to apply that meaning, message, nuance to your new situations, if it's romantic, platonic, or otherwise. So the whole thing I just didn't want you to do is to stagnate yourself waiting for this to kind of wake back up for you. You continue to heal, lick your wounds, get healthy, get safe, get okay again, and continue moving forward from there. That to me is like the core message of the World card for you. But thank you so much for your question. Nikki, hi. Still unemployed. Do you see me staying on the same career path or venturing into something new? Ooh, let's see what shows up for you. 1 card. Same or new? Same or new? It hopped out. Did you see that flying arc that it just did? I say that's new. The Judgment card, when it shows up for me, it's like that, gosh. This is like the resurrection of what has died into something else. So to me, this is something new. This is like to me, it's like, okay, I have this plant. This was like in hermit mode for a year, and it just started to pop back up after I watered it. So I think something new. I think something new. It's an amaryllis, in case you had questions. May I ask, how does this person truly feel about me? Please and thank you. Let's see what shows up for us, hun. Can we ask how they feel about you? One card for feels. One card for feels. Oops, here we go. One card for feels. Ooh. Huh. Five of Swords. So this card has, when I think about this card in relation to feelings from one person to another, this is a little bit problematic because I think of this person or the person that holds this card as a person who wants to see what they can get out of a situation or stay on top of a situation. Because sometimes two people will get into a connection of some sort, friendship, relationship, whatever, and someone feels the need to always stay on top of the other person. That to me is what this guy or this person feels like. And so what are their feelings to you? The nuances are what they are, but there's this current of having to stay on top or in charge or in authority over power. Does that make sense? Well, it should make sense. I think I communicated that pretty clearly. But thank you so much for your question, Sweet Pea. I love that your name is I have no idea. I love that.
Okay,
right? Like, yes. All right. Will you be in a romantic relationship next year? Oh my gosh, I want to change. Okay, we've decided that if I'm going to have a spiritual name, it's going to be like Hummingbird Honk or something, because you know how like hummingbirds squeak a little bit, and I thought it was adorable. And what was the other one? Squirrel Bark. Because like if you've ever been outside and you heard a squirrel bark at something, like I wanted it to be something random like that. So yeah, I have no idea. Right there, honey. All right, will you be in a romantic relationship next year? I had a card hop out. Judgment, I'm going to throw it over there because it's like, yes, but I want to know. Okay, that was too easy. Yes, you can be in a romantic relationship next year. I want something better than that, damn it. All right. What is this one? Ooh. Soon. So when the Eight of Wands shows up, it's one of the fastest moving suits of the deck, of the entire suit. So to me, this is like, if you're aiming for next year, this is like first end of next year. This is like soon. So if you're talking to somebody, you're probably going to be looking at pretty soon. So yeah. Yes. Thank you. Thank you so much for your question. What is Cancer's current feelings towards you? What is this Cancer's current feelings towards you? Let's see what shows up for us, hon. What is Cancer's current feelings? Oops, right there. Towards you. Transformation. Death. This is an odd one because when I don't get this very often in relation to feelings for people. So this is a transformative card. So I'm wondering if there's like maybe they find you to be a salvation of some sort, or they feel like you can change them in a way. But this is often about like a transformation of some sort. So whatever it is to something different entirely. Think butterfly, chrysalis stage, wings. So there's that. So that's interesting. Thank you so much for that question, because that's a new one for me. My dear Adeline, I'm feeling like my coworker that works directly are not working on the same page. It can lead for my job to be sabotaged. Oh, that's unfortunate. Should I try to work it out or leave? Got you. Should she try to work it out or leave? Stergo, Stergo, Stergo. One card for Stergo. Ooh. What's this one? Ooh. Hermit. I'm inclined to go because the Hermit card is about quiet introspection or pause. Maybe taking some time personally before you make a decision either way, to self-reflect long-term on it. So like give yourself 6 weeks or something to like internally look at yourself in relation to this person. See what this could be in addition. So often we make assumptions of what things are, what things mean, or what things are about. So figure out what else something could mean. So, oh, she didn't talk to me today. That must mean she blah, blah, blah. Well, what else could that mean? Like just using that little what else could this mean might very well open the door to something else. And also just communicating also is really, really useful too. But first, I think introspection first before making a decision either way. Yeah, I'm going to go with that. Thank you so much for your question, Sweet Pea. Hi, Tessa. Will my current relationship work? Let's see what shows up for us. Will your current relationship work? Your current relationship work. What's this one? Current relationship work. Ace of Pentacles. Ace of Pentacles for me is often a very like high energy positive card. So yeah, it totally has the potential to work. However, this card in particular has a physical aspect to it. So there's I don't know if this is like the financial end needs like some massaging or what have you is going on in the relationship, but I feel like there's a little bit of give and take that needs to be clarified, but it totally has the ability to. I have no doubt in that at all. Just looking at the physical manifestation of your relationship that I feel like needs to be massaged on a little bit. But thank you so much for your question. Is it that time? Oh my goodness, you all, thank you so much for a year of more of these lives and these sessions and getting to know your situations and getting to know your stuff. I still plan to be in touch. I still plan to be involved. I still plan to communicate here on Facebook as well as on YouTube. So please feel free to find me on both sides. Like and follow on Facebook, like and subscribe on YouTube. You both have been amazing. So today is December 9th, 2020, and I read for you from 8 till about 9:10. So yes, if you would like to schedule something personal, deeper, one-on-one with me directly, please feel free to click any of the links that were in the comments or directly on this post, and we can set up a time. But you all take care. Have a great rest of your week. Rest of your week? Yes, week. Wear your masks, please. Please, over the face and nose. That's what we got to do. Take care, you all. Mwah.